it's based on actually two different instruments, both of them built by the master builder of the late 17th century in North Germany, Arp Schnitger. The sound, the tonal design and the specification are based on an organ he built for the Castle Chapel at Charlottenburg in Berlin in the first decade of the 18th century. A very, very interesting instrument, quite unlike many of the instruments he had built up to that point. Very modern in some ways, very forward-looking, and at the same time a culmination of his own art. So that's an instrument that we were very interested in exploring. It was destroyed in the Second World War. It was documented before its destruction, and we wanted to learn more about how that instrument sounded and what it could tell us about Arp Schnitger's art. That instrument was placed in a very strange architectural situation, in a very beautiful chapel where the architect essentially forgot to leave space for the organ. So it didn't make sense for us to replicate the physical layout of the instrument. And we took the design of an organ built by Schnitger in 1702 in the town of Clausthal-Zellerfeld in central Germany, an instrument with a very similar specification to the Charlottenburg organ, but put into a magnificent piece of cabinetry. And we thought that there were many reasons why it made sense to place the Charlottenburg organ into that case. And of course we were lucky enough to have a local cabinet maker who was up to the task of replicating that very elaborate and beautiful woodwork. So in some sense this is really not a reconstruction of one organ. It's a fantasy reconstruction, if you like, of two instruments. And the result is a very, very interesting combination of sort of imagination, artistry, and historical and scientific research.